heart rate got up to 104 beats per minute, which, you know, my resting heart rate's like 76. So that's pretty high. Hey guys, I'm Ella Dove, and this is What the Wellness. So today's topic, the higher dose infrared sauna wrap. If you've ever seen this show, you've probably heard of an infrared sauna. Just in case you don't know or you're too afraid to ask, here's the deal. Infrared saunas use infrared heat waves to literally warm the body from the inside out. This differs from a traditional sauna because a traditional sauna actually warms the air around you to warm you from the outside in. The reason this is taken off, is so popular, or is so much more enjoyable than a traditional sauna is because the infrared heat allows the same sweaty benefits of a traditional sauna at a lower temperature, so it's easier to stay in there longer. The longer you stay in the high heat, supposedly, the more benefits you shall receive. So to make sure I have all of my information on the higher dose sauna accurate, I think it's time for a chat with the Higher Dose founders.
Why did you guys create Higher Dose?
Well, we created Higher Dose because I stumbled upon infrared about 5 years ago. My background, I'm a nutritionist, health coach, fitness expert. I came across the infrared sauna because one of the doctors I was working with suggested it to me. He told me that I was going to fall in love with it, and that's exactly what happened. And it's been a game changer. Like, my energy levels are through the roof. I'm like just so clear-headed and focused.
Welcome to my bedroom where I actually do my infrared sauna wrap. I keep it right here under my bed. And when I want to wrap it up, I just whip it out. So it's actually pretty easy to use. I lay on my bed. I like to do it with, oops.
I would love it if you guys could, or one of you could, basically talk me through your ideal use of the blanket.
Try to chug a gallon of water before you get into the sauna blanket. I think that's one of the biggest things is with hydration, is just drinking probably water for at least 12 hours before. If you can't do 12 hours before, at least 2 or 3 hours before your sauna blanket, because you'll enjoy it so much more when you're in it, because your body will sweat so much more, which is what it wants to do when it's in there. So what you want to do is you want to get your sauna blanket out. I always like to fold it up, and just like you fold it like you would as if you were in there. It's kind of like a little trick on how to get in a lot easier. So you plug in the blankets, and I like to start off at like level 6 or level 7. And then what I do is I slide a towel inside the sauna blanket just underneath my bum. And then I have clothes on, like long pants, long shirt, and socks.
It's funny that I almost forgot my socks because for me, the feet are actually the worst part. And I find socks make it worse, but also it makes me realize how bad it would be if I didn't have any socks on.
Because you want to ultimately have something that you can sweat into, because you're going to get extremely sweaty and you want something to absorb all that sweat. Otherwise, it's just gonna get like really messy in there. So once the blanket's warmed up, it's about 10 minutes, then I like to shimmy my way in. That way I can get into the sauna blanket by myself and I don't rely on someone to tuck me in.
It's toasty, it's toasty. I'm gonna tuck in, that's fine, I don't need it.
So once you're in the blanket, I always like to have one arm out and the other one in. Otherwise I feel slightly a little bit claustrophobic. So, and I like to, have my phone in my hand so I can play, a meditation or some sort of like podcast that I wanted to catch up on. And then once I'm actually in there, all you're supposed to do is relax. So usually the first 15, 20 minutes is extremely calming, where I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep. Sometimes I even do fall asleep. And then, after that, after 20, 25 minutes, it starts to get really intense. And that's when you start to feel, your heart rate starts to go up. And that's when you feel like you're starting to sweat a ton. And from there on out, you really just got to focus on breathing, just like you would a workout, and let the infrared do all the work. I try to make it to about 50 minutes, but 50 minutes is really intense for me. So after I'm at 50 minutes, I get out of the sauna blanket and immediately go into a cold water shower.
Okay.
So it's very similar to the sauna, but it's a far infrared wrap. It's not a full spectrum infrared. It's still gonna like boost immunity, boost blood flow and circulation, boost mood because it does increase your endorphins and it does increase your serotonin by virtue of upping the heat. So yeah, it's quite similar to the sauna.
On that note, how often do you recommend using it?
We try not to recommend really, and try to get people to listen to their own body, because everyone's at a different place in their, fitness routine or in their wellness routine, and just where their health's at. So if you've never, if you don't work out, and I would say, treat it like a workout, where you start off with one time a week and then, kind of slowly build up to there.
So now, don't touch it, it's still really hot. I just kind of take the towel out and just let it hang while I cool down. Like my bed's hot, but not too hot. So you probably can't really tell, but I'm very sweaty. But like I was saying earlier, the thing with the infrared sauna wrap is that if you're one of those people who like loves that feeling of sweating, and you would like spend money going to a regular infrared sauna, I think these are so worth it because it's so much more fun and comfortable to do it from the comfort of your own home and in your own bed and really creating that own oasis for you. Because the main benefits are really the cardiovascular benefits, the mood boosting benefits, and the kind of blood flow benefits, it's not magic. It's a way to get sweaty from the inside out. If you're somebody who really enjoys that, I think these are so worth it. I personally am somebody who really just like loves that sweaty feeling. I love hot yoga. I love just kind of like letting it all out. So I really enjoy the time I get to spend in here, but they're expensive. They're almost $500. And right now, it's up to you. The world is weird. You tell me if you think it's worth it. I can just tell you what I know. I'm Ellie Deb, and this is What the Wellness. You want more What the Wellness? Subscribe to Well+Good's YouTube channel right now.